Hi, this is Pete with Video Cafe, and I'm here with Rob Constable, who is the organizer of the Bonk Music Festival. And hi, Rob, nice of you to be on the show with us.
Thank you for having me.
Congratulations on 10 years of Bonk music. Quite an achievement.
Yes, I wouldn't say that it hasn't been a struggle, but it's worth it. It's been so worth it, and we've made small steps in improving the way everything happens.
How did it all get started?
Well, it was the very first Bonk festival, though it wasn't called the Bonk Festival. It was actually one concert, and it was put on by a friend of mine who teaches at USF, Paul Reller, a very good composer. Eric Lyon, who has been coming to the Bonk Festival since then, for 10 years, and myself. And it was just one concert of our music that we presented, a rather marathon concert. And it featured a piece by Paul Reller for piano and computer-generated tape that ended with a very distinct plunking sound, a bonk sound, which we...
hence the name.
Yes, we referred to as the bonk.
I thought bonk might be a Zen word that refers to the reaction in the audience to avant-garde music, because of course the Bonk Music Festival is, would you call it avant-garde music? Am I correct in calling it avant-garde music? Or?
As correct as one can be. These terms change meaning every few years, and it used to be that called 20th century music. Well, we're not in the 20th century anymore. New music, contemporary music, avant-garde music.
Neo-contrapuntal.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, would you say that a modern composer has to know the fundamentals of classical music before they can really get into avant-garde music?
A composer.
Or a musician, perhaps, even. Because obviously most of the people involved are classical musicians studying classical music.
Well, to present the kind of music that is, to play the kind of music as a performer that is presented at Bonk, these people are extremely talented performers, and they need to not only be able to read very difficult music rhythmically and pitch-wise for their instruments, but have the ability, the knowledge, the experience to enable to interpret that music.
Do modern composers write for a general audience, or do they write for an elite of music people who appreciate modern music?
That's I would say all of those things, because what happened around the turn of the century, once there was something of a consensus among the living composers working at the young living composers at that time, that they could no longer work with tonality, the stuff that Beethoven and Mozart were working with. Once they realized or agreed that they had taken that so far that it had become something else now, and it was no longer tonality. There was sort of an explosion then of different styles and different techniques being invented, and there were schools of thought, groups of composers that were like-minded, but like Schoenberg and his followers and so forth. But basically, from that point on, the most accurate thing to say is that all the composers are really just doing their own thing. To me, I have a pretty much live and let live uh, philosophy for music. I was once in a discussion with a bunch of composers, and the teacher, the leader of the discussion, said, "Well, must we as composers compose new music?" And it went around the room. Yes, absolutely. Yes, of course. It got to me, and I said, "Well, it doesn't matter to me. What other composers do is not really. I shouldn't be a part of that. What I need to do is what I'm thinking about." And
you compose yourself?
I try to push ahead. I think that's part of the intrigue for me, is to make something that I've never heard before.
Well, I wish you luck, Rob.
Yes.
It's certainly a wonderful event, the Bonk Music Festival. I hope everyone can catch it next year. It's on at the same time every year in March.
It'll be within the first 2 weeks of March next year.
Great.
Yeah.
That's great. Well, thank you very much for coming on the show.
Oh, thank you.
And it's been a great fun, and keep on making that wonderful music.
Oh, we will.
That we love so much.
Definitely. Thank you.